welcome to Wellbeing Wednesdays. And tonight's topic is how to recognize triggers and then how to release them. So, tonight's topic is a great topic because when we're able to release triggers, we're able to actually clear out any blocks in our energy field and we're able to manifest easier. So, one way to recognize if you're being triggered by something is if you're feeling defensive, or if you're feeling like you want to blame others, or if you're feeling like you're less than anyone else, or if you're comparing yourself to anyone, if you're worried about the past or the future, or if you are wanting to control others for any reason. And also, if you are saying, I'd be happy if, or I wish I could, or I should, or I would have done. If you're in any of those types of thought processes or any sort of victim processes, then you're being triggered by something. And what happens is usually when we're very young, and it's usually not our fault, something will happen. And it doesn't have to be very young. Everyone's soul contract and life journey is different. But what happens is it sets an energy pattern. Hello, Emily. Happy Wednesday. And that energy pattern, when the trauma occurs, a little piece of ourself fragments out of our aura field. And when that happens, we're less able to hear our intuition as clear, and we basically get thousands of opportunities every single day to recognize when we're being triggered. Because when a piece of ourselves leaves with the trauma, every time anything happens in our life that remotely reminds us, even on a subconscious level, of that trauma, we end up creating a energy that just repeats itself. So every time a situation like that comes around, it could be different people, it could be different situations, different places, but you'll be triggered in the same manner with the same energy. So there's ways that we can remove those triggers. And remember that we don't react unless we have a trauma inside of us. And hello, Stevie. Hello, Arlene. Hi, Barbara. I'm so glad everyone could make it on. That's so awesome. And don't forget, whenever you notice that you're triggered, never get mad at yourself. The whole reason why we incarnate on the earth plane, remember, we're all actors and actresses. We're energy beings having an earth experience. So we grab roles to play so we can learn from each other and we can go through these experiences with each other. And remember that our higher self is always on the other side. So even the people that we play the hardest lessons with here, there is a piece of them on the other side that you're probably really good friends with, but they don't have any memory of that down here in Earth School. So that's probably a video for another day, but I'll keep going with how to help heal the triggers. So remember, whatever trigger originally started this process for you, it's usually something that's not our fault. So it's not to go into blame even on ourselves, or I should say, I said should. See? So we're always correcting, and no one's perfect. We are constantly evolving and constantly turning into the best versions of ourselves. So what happens is when you're able to feel it and change the energy so that you're not triggered the next time a situation like that comes up, it actually alchemizes your life and it allows you to bring in manifestation flow. It allows you to actually change your life situations and to feel a different life. So I actually broke it down into 4 steps. So the first one, or I should say 5 steps actually, because I had to add one at the beginning. And this is one of the really most important pieces of this. You have to be willing to heal it and resolve it. You have to be out of the point where you want to hold on to it. I remember from some stuff that happened in my childhood, I kind of wore it as a badge. I wanted to hold on to that. I was like, this is who I am. This is making me who I am. But in fact, it was preventing me from being able to fully hear source realm. And for me to be able to have all the pieces back inside. And we're always gathering our pieces as we're going through. So never feel like it's something that you just do for a little bit and then you're done. The ascension process just goes on and on and on and on and on. And everyone's at different levels, and there's no right or wrong. It doesn't matter what level anyone else is at. It is completely irrelevant. That's why there's no competition here. Well, there isn't in Golden Age, but eventually there won't be any competition here. And it's really lovely because when you're looking at soul contracts, there really isn't any competition because we're all set up to do different things. So if someone were to compare their contract with someone else's contract, it really wouldn't make any sense. So remember, anytime you get triggered, it's actually a blessing, and it's the universe trying to get you to go out and get those other pieces of yourself and allow that back into you. And so the first thing you want to do is be willing to heal and resolve. The second thing that you want to do is you want to think back, when is the first time that I felt this way? And before you do that, you can create a nice space with your guides, your angels, whoever you want to work with, your friends on the other side, for your highest good, and say, will you please help me feel this and allow myself to feel this so I can reprogram it, so I can alchemize it to heal it. Please help me create this amazing space where I feel safe to go in and really feel these feelings that I've been ignoring, and therefore I keep getting triggered over and over. I would like to stop the triggering process. And you can light candles, you can have Himalayan salt lamps. There's so many different things that you can do to create that space for yourself, and you are safe to do this. And then allow yourself to revisit the situation and just observe with the intention to heal. So just observe it. Allow the feelings to flow through you. Oftentimes there'll be some tears, and that's okay. It's important. It's important to be able to release all of the pent up energy that is stuck with the original trauma. And you might notice over time that there's different aspects of this trauma that are coming up, or other situations that repeated that still need to be released out. Um, and so that yourself can come back in. And when you're doing that and understanding about the actor and the actress roles, then you can find the gratitude and the knowledge and the strength that it gave you. So instead of when it comes up, when you think about it, when you're observing it, find the pieces of it that made you who you are and made you the strong person that you are. So because I went through all of those things, I was extremely independent. I sent myself to college. I had an apartment. Like I did all this stuff. Um, so I'm thankful because it made me a superhero. So that's how you want to look at it. Anything that's happened in your life that was a trauma situation, you can use that energy, and instead of thinking of it and having it bring you down into victim energy or fear energy or anything like that, fear energy, victim energy is on a scale of 1 to 10 in vibration, it's below a 5. We cannot manifest if we're below a 5. We manifest the best when we're at a 10. And 10 energy is when we're at peace within ourselves and we're calm and we're understanding the perfect and divine timing and order that's always happening for our highest good around us at all times, and we can relax into that. That gets rid of any sort of anxieties. It's very helpful. And it takes practice sometimes too. So be kind to yourself. So just to go over the 4 steps again, the first, or sorry, 5 steps again. The first one is being willing to heal and resolve. When did I first feel this? Observe it with the intention to heal. Understand the actor and actress roles, and find the gratitude in the lesson so that you can springboard off of it. And every time a situation like that comes up again, you'll just be at peace because you've already healed that piece of you that keeps getting triggered every time something like that happens. I remember when I was switching around different job situations in my life, I would get triggered with worry of, oh no, what's the future going to bring? And I know a lot of people with the pandemic have had situations like that happen. And it's really trusting, and trust your intuition, and don't forget, we always have to show up. So if there's something that you really want to manifest, it's important that you allow yourself to take the action items that your intuition is guiding you to do. And there was just a little bit more before I get into the cards tonight, and I'm really excited that everyone's on. Oh, hi Christina, what's going on? Yay! Let me just see, let me scroll down here before I get into the next card. Hey, Jill. Yay, you're able to make it. That's so awesome. Thank you. And Barbara, yay. My feed froze. Oh no, it'll come back. Don't worry. And I always have replays, so don't forget. And here's one of the best parts. And I know Jill has done this before, and it's really fun. I actually haven't tried it yet, but I could. So whenever you want to have like a little mini reading, you can go in and say, I want a message from the universe, and you can scroll through the old videos, and I always post them. So tonight's video will be posted when I'm done, and I think I'm going to be able to do the YouTube link tonight as well. If not, it'll be up probably by this weekend. And what we do is you just kind of scroll through and then pick whatever video is calling to you. It could be anything, and you just listen to it, and there's usually a reading message within that video and some information, and the guides are really good. It's not me. It's the guides. It's Source Realm. Angels and Ascended Masters and all of our friends on the other side are really good at giving us information through many different means. So it's a great place to go in and gather information because there's a bunch of readings on there. So let's see. The next card. Oh, yes. I was watching one of Phil Good's videos the other day, and I love his quote. It's, what is happening to you is happening for you. And if you remember that when you catch yourself getting triggered, when your blood pressure starts going up, and when you're like, ah, no, what is going on inside of me? There's an opportunity here for you to shift out of having to feel that way again. And think about how freeing that is, not having to feel that and just being able to go within and be calm. And even if you feel it for a moment, it won't engulf your whole existence, which is really wonderful once you start getting more and more pieces of your higher self back into the body. And it actually does give us a biological upgrade. So when you replace the low, denser vibrations within your body with your higher vibrations of your higher self and your real self and pull that back in, then you're not only stopping things from repeating and repeating and repeating, but you're able to actually, like I said, rise up and create more easily around you. You'll notice that things just kind of happen and you don't really have to try. Things just kind of come, or let me rephrase that. The guides are like, hold on, because we always want to show up, we always want to take action, but it can be easy, is what I'm saying. So if you're getting an intuitive action to do something, if it feels overwhelming, change your mind. Say, you know what, this can be easy. And you'll get out of that low vibration of it going to be hard, and you can make it easy. And we've been playing with that. My friend and I have been playing with that, and it's been a lot of fun. And it actually literally has been a lot of fun, and it's way easier. And we just look up, we're like, oh, well, there's the answer right there in the sky. Look at that. It's so much easier. So enjoy the journey. It can be a real blast. And the creator energy, when you're in a high vibration, is a very peaceful energy. It's a calmer energy. It's an energy of saying, well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but at least I know that everything is happening in perfect and divine timing. And I know if I keep following my intuition, I'm going to get even better than I can even imagine. So I'm just going to keep following it. And always listen to your intuition. That is your source connection. And I think that's it for now. I'm going to do the cards. Well, actually, I might as well just mention it. So next week, I'm actually really excited. I've just been learning about linear thinking versus non-linear thinking and how to explain it with a little diagram. And it's really fun. And it's actually how you get out of repeating the same cycles again as well. It's like step 2 of tonight. And how you get into creating with infinite possibilities all the time going on in your subconscious. So that's really fun. That's next week. So tonight I have, and I'm going to make a list so I don't forget anybody. I have Barbara, Becca, Jill, Emily, and Joyce who wanted a card. And Arlene, did you want a card too? And Christina? And if anyone else wants a card, just pop on and let me know. Let me just write these down as possibilities. Because a couple nights I forgot people, and I don't ever mean to do that. It's never my intention. Thanks, Jill. All right. Perfect. So the first one's going to be for Barbara. Ooh. Oh my. Well, that just came flying out now, didn't it? Perfect. Focus upon your strengths, Barbara. And this is a great card. Might be backwards for some of you. I'll figure that one out later too. As we know, videos are always also ascending. They're getting better each time. So this is Apollo, and it's just saying to focus upon your strengths. And I really like the gold in this card. The gold in this card is really beautiful, and it's a reminder of the golden age energies that are coming in, and understanding that the golden age energies are coming in because we're all grabbing the fragmented pieces of ourself that leaves when trauma comes in. So the golden age is coming in soon, and if you focus on being kind, compassionate, able to set boundaries, and heal through your triggers, then you're going to be able to accomplish anything you're trying to do right now, and it can be easy. And the next card I'm going to pull is for Becca, and I don't think she was able to come on tonight, but I will pull her card and she can watch it after. So let me see if one jumps out. They often will jump out for me. Let's see. Ooh, so for Becca, you got detached from drama. So if there's anything going on in your life right now where you feel like you're getting sucked into drama for any reason, even if you love the people and it's saying balance career and home life, this one was kind of shouting out, saying that this is a second part of this message. So if there's any sort of drama or anything going on, just detach from it and just rise into your higher self, and you don't have to participate. So that is the best part. And sometimes we can find ourselves even accidentally gossiping, and maybe it's not our intention to do that, but if we're ever talking about someone else in a negative way, without the purpose of healing, then we're setting a lower vibration. So, and it's never, it's not to beat ourselves up, it's just to ever recognize it. So if you're around people that are doing that, they might not be doing it on purpose. It might just be kind of the program that they're in, maybe from a trauma that they had had. So remember, you can just detach with love and not get involved in any of the drama. I really enjoy not getting involved in the drama. I feel like I don't have any drama right now. It's so wonderful. It's been a while, actually. It's so peaceful. I love it. And for Jill, you got teacher. I love it. And this, oh, sorry. There you go. So for the teacher card, oh, hello. Oh, hi. Hi, everybody. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Evie Live. Welcome. So remember, Jill, you are also a teacher, which I'm sure you know this because you teach all the time. And they're saying that you're going to be getting another spiritual teacher coming in soon, which is really fun. I just started working with Metatron again today, earlier. So I wonder who your teacher will be. That's exciting. You'll have to let me know. Yee, I know. I'm excited. I'm excited. Metatron has his own cube. I thought it was the Merkaba, but I think it's different. And this is the truth in spirituality. Honest to goodness, we will get an intuitive feeling, or we'll feel an energy, and then we'll look on Google, and I saw like a star thing, so I was like, oh, it must be the Merkaba. So a lot of humans will just assume, and when I looked it up, I was like, oh my god, he has his own thing. And I haven't looked it up, and we'll all laugh together if that star is the Merkaba, because I don't know. And here's the bottom line: mediums, psychics, all of us, we don't know everything. So if anybody ever tries to pretend to tell you that they know everything, that's just not how it works down here. Because if you understand energy, and I'm just going to do a quick diagram, the guides are urging me to do this. If I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, I'm going to try to explain it with my hands. If you understand energy, if you have a scale of 1 to 10, and you have a whole collective consciousness of people that are going around all day on a scale of 1 to 10, that's affecting everything going on around them on a scale of 1 to 10. Even if you do a mediumship reading or any reading, every time we access Source might say, okay, why don't you plan on going and doing this for the afternoon? And then in the now moment, we'll get an intuitive moment. Oh, probably not the best idea to go there. Why don't you go to this place instead? Oh my god, I just stuttered. That's so funny. I don't even stutter. So sometimes when I start channeling, the vibration will go quicker. So if I do something like that, it's because they're trying to get a message through me, and that's how it works. And I'm being really honest with how it works on here, and it's very freeing. And I just wanted to tell everyone, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am. And thank you all for watching. But that's how it all works. So nobody knows everything. We just tap into intuitive information in the now moment. We read energy in the now moment. So we might get an inkling of what could come up in the future, and we might have a dream of something to pay attention to, but never get stuck on an old dream and that's the only thing that's going to happen. Because if you're in a low vibration and you can't hear your intuitive self, then you're not going to hear what's for your highest good to do. So that's why it's always good to work on getting into your higher self and following that intuition as opposed to following the programmed mind. Because it's only the programmed mind that said, I got this feeling a long time ago, and even though I'm feeling this way now, so let's say it's about a job. So if you had a dream 10 years ago that you were going to do this job, and you're doing this job and you're like, I can't leave this job because I had a dream I was going to be doing this job. If your intuition is saying that it's time and that the job is done, then it's okay to access your higher self who knows that everything is happening in perfect and divine order, and be real honest with yourself and say, do I have fear of changing my job? Do I fear the rejection of a resume, or do I fear anything? And really tap into that, because the intuitive mind would just say, yeah, it's still the right job. It wouldn't be giving you resistance, and it wouldn't be causing conflict within your own energy. So that was a tangent that the guides wanted me to mention. So I hope that was helpful for people. And I will get back to picking the cards. And Emily was next. And Marianne, do you want me to pick a card for you? Oh, you're so funny. It might be Marianne, see? And I love being honest about it, because here's the other thing. There's nobody on the planet that literally knows all of the information just off the top of their head all the time. There's so much information out there that would be impossible. we can we can memorize some and we can learn some, and but as we are learning more and more and more, some of the stuff that we learned later might fall out, because it's okay, because we can look it up. So never feel as though you're ever needing to know it all. And I remember when I first started as a medium, and I used to call it the medium police. Like, people would come in and be like, well, how do you not know that? And I'm like, well, the guides aren't telling me. And I didn't want to lie to them, because it wasn't for their highest good to know. So they didn't tell me. And that can happen. So remember that. Alrighty. For Emily, you got the card Listen. And Listen, ooh, it's a beautiful, beautiful card. Listen is a wonderful, wonderful card to remind us that it's okay to just be, and it's okay to just observe. And when we observe, that's when we start really noticing where the triggers are, because we're not defensive, thinking that we don't have any triggers. So if you think you don't have any triggers, chances are you probably have some triggers. And it gets kind of funny as you start going through it. You're like, oh yeah, I just humaned again. Yep, I did that again. Okay, well, I'm going to react different. And I'm going to react different until you actually start reacting differently. The more you observe it, the more you react different. And listening, they're also saying when you're out in nature to listen. Really listen to the birds and be present. And the animals have a message for you, which is really exciting. That's kind of cool. So enjoy that, Emily. Let me know what the message is. That's fun. Oh, hi, Kathy. Yes, you can definitely get a card. Oh, yes, and Marianne. I'm writing them all down. We're going to get everyone in tonight. And the next one is for Joyce. Oh my gosh, the guides are really packing it in tonight. They're also letting everyone know that some mediums will connect with the ghost realm for information, and sometimes the being in the ghost realm doesn't have access to source realm, depending on what portal they go through when they pass over. So if any of you out there are mediums, the best advice I have for you is to start working with your vibration and increase it up so that you start talking to the ghost's higher self. It's way easier. And you don't ever have to worry about the riffraff realm or anything like that. So if you're ever working with spirit and you ever have anyone who's angry or any of those trigger words that I had mentioned earlier, if the energy is ever anything like that, it's a trigger for you to know that they're not a source realm connection, it's a ghost connection. And you can very easily ask and lift up your vibration and ask to speak with their source version, because we all have a version of us in source that we can access. Okay, that's a lot for tonight. I hope everyone's still with us here. Ooh, Joyce, you had two that came out too. You got health and healing. And remember, you can heal yourself. And you do that through your intuition. And you also want to make sure the programmed mind doesn't get too involved. When I had the cancer back, like, gosh, 4 or 5 years ago now, and I didn't have to do any of the follow-up or any of the chemo or the radiation that they wanted me to do, but I did do the surgery, but I did fire the first surgeon because they weren't in line with my energy. So what you want to do is you want to allow yourself to be healed and allow yourself to feel through all of your feelings, because what happens with any sort of healing is that the original trauma, over time, that energy and the piece of us that's missing out of our body will manifest into physical form. And there's a book by Louise Hay that helps us to figure out what the emotional frequency is that is affecting our physical body. So I figured out what the heck was going on with the cancer, and then I healed that, and I worked on whole foods and things like that, and I was able to be perfectly fine, and I never had to go back. So thank God. But we can all heal ourselves, and it's very different than how we think healing might be, but it works. And I do it for all sorts of stuff, and it really does work. So that's Healing Your Body A to Z, Louise Hay. And the other one you got is Go Now. And that's just saying whatever you're feeling intuitively driven to do, go for it. Go now. Enjoy it. And if it's something you're intuitively feeling, don't think about it. Just go ahead and follow that heart action, because that heart action is connected to source. And remember, heart action and source energy does not have any fear. So if any decisions we're making are in fear, that's not source energy. Source energy, if let's say somebody was in an unsafe situation, source energy would say to calmly go to this other situation. It wouldn't be like a fear, frantic, it's different. Alrighty. Oh, yay! Hi, Becky! Yes, absolutely. All right, and everyone feel free to let me know if I missed anybody. So I still have Christina, Arlene, if you guys still want one, and oh my gosh, Kathy, I can barely read your name here. Kathy, Marianne, and Becky. All right. So the next one is for Christina. Oh, yes, Emily. Emily just said that all the cards are speaking to her even though she got her card. That is how the guides work. The guides are able to deliver multiple messages to everybody. If your intuition is on, you will pick and you will hear the pieces that resonate with you. So anything you hear, even if it's for someone else's reading, if it resonates with you, then it is absolutely for you. And know that and hold on to it as true. Alrighty. So, Christina. Ooh. You got the spiritual law of attraction. So remember, our internal emotional frequency is what attracts into our life what we experience. So if we have any fear or doubt about anything, then we end up creating more things that bring more fear and doubt in. So that card is reminding you that if you want to create something in your life right now, or if you want some change in your life right now, make sure that your internal daydream is a positive daydream about that, and also be willing and allowing to set it and forget it. We give it to the guides and we set it and forget it, and we let them take care of it, because if we get involved in it and we start having fear and doubt and going into that lower, denser vibration, we're not able to create from that space. So if we can give it to them and really believe that they're going to help us, and believe that our higher self has access to full picture, and that we will know exactly what to do and then take action, then that is the way that we manifest, and that is the best way to use the law of attraction. And you got this. And oh, hi Lisa. Oh, yes, 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 I can do a card for you too. Absolutely. All right. Yay, so fun. All right, the next one is for Arlene. And there's no wrong way to shuffle cards or do spreads. You can intuitively make your own spreads. You can also create your own meanings of the cards. My suggestion of doing that is to create the meaning kind of before you pull the cards. So if you have a deck that you work with, you can create your own meanings to what the pictures mean. But if you want a real honest and real, how do I say it? If you have a card that always means yes to you in your intuition, and then you pull it and you think it means no that day, it could be your human brain trying to trick you that it means a different thing. I've seen this happen with many readers, including myself in the past. Sometimes we can trick ourselves by accident. Like when you use a pendulum, but you keep controlling it with your subconscious energy. Some of us have been there. Ooh, how fun. Arlene also got detached from drama. So if there's any drama going on in your life right now, and this is for everybody, and also how funny, you got the balance, home and career too. They said this is also for you. So if you are dealing with anything like that, it's very, very similar to Becca's reading. Isn't that funny? And I was shuffling too. And you guys could hear that and see it on Instagram. But it's just a very powerful message for everybody. Just detach. You don't have to engage. Gandhi won like huge, huge freedom. I wanted to say the word wars, and he's like freedom. He was able to obtain freedom for his people by non-participation. It wasn't through fighting. Mother Teresa never joined a war rally, but she would join a peace rally. You want to remember, the denser vibrations don't create. So whatever you're doing, rise above. Definitely want to rise above. And a really cool message that came through the other night from someone on the other side was that if you imagine a brook and the water just going down the brook and the rocks are an obstacle or a challenge, the water just rises above and keeps flowing. It doesn't get stuck on the rock. It doesn't let the rock define who it is. It just keeps going. It just keeps flowing. Alrighty. And now we have Kathy's card. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, Christina. I'm so glad everyone's having everything resonate with them and they're all enjoying the night. I'm having a lot of fun. Oh my god, we got detached from drama again. So I've already explained that card many times. Know that for you, also, Kathy, this is going to be something that's going to help you. But I'm going to pull another card for you too. Oh my, I can't make this up. Seriously. I got spiritual law of attraction again. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else that I didn't say with the spiritual law of attraction? Then actually, okay, this makes sense. So the priorities card came up and it was on the top of the deck. And when we make our mind space our priority over everything, everything around us changes. That is true. If you can control the thoughts going on in your mind, the thoughts going on in your mind control your vibration and your density. The density controls your interaction in Earth realm. So with that, it also says come out of the closet. So if there's anything that you're doing or saying that you feel isn't completely 100% you, feel free and feel safe, especially with the golden age coming in and more people bringing more pieces of their fragmented selves back into them. Now is a really awesome time to really just allow yourself to be free and be exactly who you are. And Marianne knows this, I think, and a few other people on here, but I used to have like two different lives. I had like professional business suit Marilyn, and then I had like raver medium Marilyn. So it was like two totally different. I was still always the same person inside, but from the outside and how I interacted with people on a day-to-day basis, I was more comfortable being medium Marilyn, of course. But society, when especially when I was a financial planner and working with some influential people, they didn't really want me saying I was a medium because it wasn't cool back then. And I just think it's so fun that we're all able to be our true, authentic selves. And we're really just able to be ourselves. So, whatever it is that you want to just be, be. And don't worry what anyone else thinks. As long as it's within your integrity, it's perfect. And Marianne, you are next. Oh, hi, Alyssa. How are you? And you're very welcome, Christina. And did you want a card, Alyssa? I can put you on the card list if you want. Awesome. I'm so glad everyone's on and having fun tonight. Marianne, yours is next. Ooh. Oh, my goodness. You got some runners here. They said flyers. Oh, the one that flew really, really far was come out of the closet. So this one is about anything, and they're actually saying it could even have to do with work, and just really creating your own nest. And they said you intuitively knew originally what they wanted to tell you, but that they're also bringing in that work aspect, that it doesn't have to be like it's always been. It doesn't have to be like everyone else. It can be really different, and that's really fun. I like that a lot. I like fun. Hey, no, I didn't skip you. You are going to be right after Marianne, and then it is Lisa, and then Alyssa if she wants one. No worries. And for Marianne, your second card that came popping out was crystals. And the crystals card is just reminding you, and you have tons of crystals and you're good with crystals, it's reminding you to use your crystals right now as you allow yourself to let all of the aspects of yourself really shine bright. That's really cool. It's really fun. And they're actually mentioning some amethyst. They showed a big amethyst, that you can imagine yourself. Oh, this is super cool. You can imagine yourself inside of a giant amethyst. And they said it's a selenite point on top that connects up to source, and that's going to be really healing, and that's somewhere that you can release triggers too in a meditative state. Okay. So Becky, you're next. Oh, you're so welcome. Absolutely. Just going to see if one flies out before I pick. Oh, sometimes we get stuck. So for all of us card readers out there, if you ever just shuffle through and you end up like this, that's pause. Oh, you got choose peace. So whatever's going on in your life, if you choose peace, this is very similar to the Mother Teresa Gandhi advice. It's choosing peace over drama. It's choosing peace over fighting, and it's allowing yourself to follow your heart, because that's the other card that's next to it. Follow your intuition within your heart, and not so much always what the brain says. Sometimes the brain is programmed through different things that happen in our life. So your intuition is always ready for new, fresh ideas. So when you're able to follow your heart, then you're going to be able to detach, and you'll be able to really flow forward. And not worry. They're saying don't worry so much about the details. Set the big intention, and they'll take care of the details for you. Barbara asked, would it be violet flame work with the amethyst? Amethyst is really good at healing all in its own vibration. You could always use the violet flame with the amethyst as well. And amethyst on its own is a very intuitive color. So back in Golden Age Atlantis, we actually had rooms like areas. I want to call it like a chamber of amethyst, specifically for healing too, because of the vibration. When more of our fragmented selves are able to enter the body, we're able to feel the vibration easier. So the healing of the stones can happen quicker, is what they're saying. It makes sense. Oh, and you got one more too. This one is for Becky, and it's saying focus upon your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Or and especially if anyone else is trying to point out any weaknesses or anything like that, focus on what your strengths are and get your confidence from there. And then anything that's going on in your life won't be able to trigger you because you're in your confidence and you're in your peace and you're in your zone and you're understanding that they're going through their journey and they might be getting triggered on something. Oh, you're welcome, Becky. I hope that that resonated for you and was helpful. And Lisa, you're next. Ooh, this one kind of like jumped out. This one is Archangel Michael, and it's saying you can do it. And you can do it. So, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you absolutely are empowered to move forward. And Archangel Michael can protect you from anything that you're afraid of. So, any fear you can give to Archangel Michael, and he can also cut any attachments or cords to energy that you no longer want, that no longer serve your highest good. And he can help do that easily. And Alyssa, I can pull a card for you too. Ooh, or it can fly out. And they're saying actually all three of these are for you. Um, oh, I like it. So it's saying take charge of the situation. This is the first one that came flying out. And we have some Moses energy. Moses is actually a really cool energy to work with. He seems very, very stoic. That's my reading of Moses. But you got fertility, and they're saying birth of a new idea. You have some new ideas coming in. And when you take charge of the situation, you're going to be able to implement some of these new ideas. And they're saying, let go. Let go of the old and make room for the new. So, whatever it is that you intuitively feel that's talking about, follow your heart gut, and it will lead you to exactly where you need to be. And, oh, you're welcome, Lisa. And for everybody tonight, I have one last card before we sign off. And this one is Purification. And this is the White Tara. And every time I see this, she also reminds me that white tea is very good for us. And it's a little bit gentler on the stomach for anyone who has any stomach issues or anything like that. So it's funny how they'll have me mention certain things because somewhere out there at some point in time, during time space, needed to know about the white tea. But it is a lovely tea to drink and work with when you want to purify your body and your mind. And it's connected with source as well with the white. So I hope everyone has a great evening. And oh, you're so welcome, Melissa. And you can join us for the linear thinking versus non-linear thinking with diagrams. I feel like I've been hanging out with Tesla a lot. But he's so great with the diagrams. And it shows us the old way of thinking and how we're programmed to think versus the intuitive way of thinking and what it actually looks like and how to do it so you can manifest and get up and out of the denser energies into the higher energies, the more flowing energies, so that it's quick and easy to manifest. So I hope everyone has an awesome night. I love you too, Kathleen. Oh, hello, Seisha. Good night. Oh, hello, Emily. You're so welcome. I love all of you. You guys are so awesome. So thank you, everyone, for joining. And, oh, thank you, Emily. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, too. And I look forward to seeing all of you next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun again. So thank you so much. And if anyone wants to do a reading, feel free to shoot me a message on either Instagram or on Facebook, or my email address is readingsbymarilyn@gmail.com. And I'm happy to help. So I hope everyone has a great day, and peace.